Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Guy Kicks here with another review. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. Happy New Year. And we're back at it again with another banger. 2022 for New Balance is probably going to be another great year. And I'm excited to kick it off with a dope collaboration here with this New Balance and Todd Snyder 992. So like always, guys, let's start off with a first look. And before I start with the review, just a quick reminder, guys, I have the link to Reshoevn8r. If you guys use that specific link, you'll receive a 10% off on your purchase. Reshoevn8r is basically a cleaning sneaker product company. They're based out of Arizona. They provide a lot of dope products to keep your sneakers clean and also to revive any old sneakers you have. You know, sometimes old sneakers are like an old car. When you give it a nice fresh wash, you bring that car back to life, similar with your sneakers, and you can help your sneakers have a longer lifespan just by keeping them fresh. So definitely check them out if interested. All right, so here they are, the New Balance 992 and Todd Snyder collaboration. This is the 10th year anniversary collab. The sneaker went up for pre-order on December 1st, 2021 for a retail price of $240. I got very lucky that I was able to get in. I got in super early, like right on the dot, and I was able to get through and pre-order these. I've been hearing a lot of rumbling from a lot of people that are very upset that, you know, the release was pretty poor. The last releases for Todd Snyder, especially some of the highest, you know, hype sneakers like the 992 Camel that also released last year, you know, there's been a lot of, you know, anger towards those releases because, you know, the bots are getting in, they're eating it, and they're basically selling out super quick. So I guess that's something, you know, for Todd Snyder to maybe, you know, fix. You know, I really don't follow Todd Snyder like that as much. So maybe that's something that they could look into in the future. It seems like he's really trying, so that's a good thing. Hopefully in the next, you know, big collab, you know, those type of issues don't happen. So in terms of this collaboration, like I said already, this is the 10th year anniversary between New Balance and Todd Snyder. Todd Snyder and New Balance have really dropped a lot of dope sneakers over the years. And here with the 992, probably his favorite model, not 100% sure, but this is a really popular, you know, silhouette for New Balance in the last few years. And what a way to go out and celebrate your 10th anniversary than using a 992. And in terms of the inspiration behind this colorway, according to Todd Snyder, and this is from sneakernews.com, New York and its skyline have been a long-standing inspiration for me, and gray has been a signature color in our design since the beginning. So for our 10th anniversary, I wanted to create a version of the 992 that felt like a favorite room in a skyscraper, a sort of gentleman's library, a couch, bookshelves, a fireplace, and a bar cart. So you can definitely see that inspiration on this colorway with the different shades of gray here, from dark to light grays, and then obviously that tan color that can represent like a leather couch and sort of a lounge type setting. So very nice details here with this colorway. In terms of the materials on this upper, like most traditional New Balance sneakers, you're gonna have a lot of suede here, and this 992 does not disappoint with that. So basically on the upper of these sneakers, you're gonna find that dark and light gray suede, and then you're gonna find these hits of this vegetable tan leather that you'll find on the tongue, the eyelids, and also on the heel part of the shoe. Another big difference from most traditional 992s is that this collaboration, you'll find a lot of 3M on this particular model. On the toe box here, where you normally find that perforated nubuck material on a regular 992, here they replaced that with some 3M materials. You obviously have both end logos that have reflective material, and then around the heel collar on both lateral and medial side, you'll find some additional reflective material as well. Obviously all the way to the heel part of the shoe is also 3M. On the heel collar of the shoe here on this cutout, you normally find a 992 branding there, but this one, you know, just removed it altogether. And then obviously you have the classic mesh here on this 992 as well. And then switching over to the midsole, it's identical to a regular 992 GR. Obviously it's a 992, so it does feature absorbed DTS. This shoe is going to give you a lot of comfort throughout the day. Very, very comfortable. This midsole is almost perfect in terms of giving you a great balance between softness and firmness as well. All the way to the back of the shoe, you have that classic heel stabilizer in that translucent material. And then on the heel counter, you have that cutout that has the 2011 and 2021 years, which obviously represents the 10th year anniversary. Moving over to the outsole, it's identical to a regular 992 GR. It's a rubber outsole. You have the Endurance also is black, and you have some gray accents here as well. And then on the middle, you have the New Balance branding and also the 992 in that translucent material, and it's in that red and blue color. This collaboration also brings 3 color laces. You have a traditional white lace, you have a light gray, and also a dark gray as well. One thing that's a little bit of a bummer is that they come in a regular made in USA box, so you're not getting a custom Todd Snyder box here. And here's the official tag and SKU. In terms of sizing, for me, this is a 992 made in USA, so I always go a half size down. My traditional size is a size 10. You know, for example, most of my Nike, Adidas, like regular sneakers are a size 10. For these, I always go a half size down in a 9.5. As I mentioned already, when it comes to comfort on a 992, one of my favorite sneakers to wear if I want all day comfort, if I'm gonna be walking a lot, standing a lot, a 992 is usually one of those sneakers that I go for. And real quick guys, before I get into my overall take on these, just to show you both sneakers here and just to pinpoint some of the differences between the two. Obviously, as you can see, the Todd Snyder, the suede material that they use is on the darker side. But basically, if you really look at it, the colorway is basically like swapped, or it's like an inverse of each other. So here on the 992, where most of the mudguard and the mid panels and things like that, it's in the lighter gray, and then the some of the overlays around the toe box switches to that darker nubuck material. Here on the Todd Snyder is basically the same thing. So you have the mudguard and the mid panels and heel counter and things like that is in the darker suede color, and then the 3M and some of the overlays around the mid panels, where on this one is darker, here is actually lighter and it's in that 3M material. Of course, the obvious difference is the vegetable tan leather that you see on the eyelets, on the tongue, and also on the heel collar of the shoe. Another key difference between the two is on the tongue, where the GR has the New Balance embroidered and the 992 where that cutout is. The Todd Snyder one removed the New Balance branding, and instead of a 992 where you see that cutout, it has the USA. And of course, on the heel part of the shoe, the Todd Snyders have the 10-year anniversary mark, where the regular 992 just has USA. All right guys, so my overall take on these 992 and Todd Snyder is that I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this colorway in the photos that Todd Snyder posted on Instagram, I don't know, I felt like the shoe kind of looked too similar to a regular 992 GR. So I wasn't too crazy about it. I basically put in for the pre-order, just, you know, hoping I would hit, and then, you know, let's see what happens when I got them in person. But once I got the shoe in hand and I started reading about, you know, sort of the inspiration behind it and things like that, and just appreciating, you know, the differences between this one and a regular 992, you know, made me change my mind right away that this is definitely a fire colorway and is definitely great to have in the collection. A lot of times when we see a collaboration and we see the colorway and things like that, sometimes we might complain about it at first and we say, oh, it's too kind of blah, there's not much, you know, color on it, it's too simple, blah blah blah. But a lot of times, you know, less is more. Colorway like this with the tan leather here on the eyelets and the heel part, it definitely makes the shoe stand out quite a lot. Makes it easier for you to wear. You can basically wear this sneaker with pretty much any outfit. You know, you don't have to really worry so much with this colorway. So that's really a plus. So for example, when you look at the 992 Camel last year, that one definitely stood out more, has a more of a pop on that colorway. But for me, in my opinion, I'd rather have this one because I could really wear this one with pretty much anything. You know, it's like best of both worlds with this mostly gray traditional New Balance color, but then you have the leather hits here, which I feel like it's almost synonymous with Todd Snyder because a lot of his recent New Balance collaborations have a lot of tan on them. Here he kind of, you know, was able to add his flavor to this mix, almost on a classic colorway, but then adding that twist of flipping the grays and adding more 3M as well. So basically what I'm saying is that yes, this is a dope colorway and it's dope to have in the collection. One of the things that I wasn't happy about is number one, the fact that we got a regular made in USA box for that price of $240. It would have been nice to throw in a custom box. Another thing is obviously the price tag, $240. It's a little bit too high, but of course you're paying for that premium with the Todd Snyder collaboration, so you know it is what it is. Another thing that I wasn't too happy about here is in terms of the construction. Overall, the construction is great and the materials are great. Everything is spot on except one thing: the lace loop on the tongue that I normally use on my 992s. For some reason, it's like stuck to the tongue, to the mesh on the tongue, and I guess in order for me to run my laces through, I'm gonna have to rip that, and I don't know if that's gonna mess up the tongue or whatever. But let me know in the comments below if you are experiencing that once you grab your pairs, because I know it's minor, but still I really prefer running my laces through the lace loop. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah guys, those are my final take on this collaboration. Let me throw these on and let me show you how they look on feet. All right, guys, so that's it for me. Hopefully this video brought you a detailed look of the New Balance 992 and Todd Snyder collaboration and that 10th year anniversary. Let me know in the comments below which pair of laces do you prefer, the white ones or the dark gray laces. And also let me know if you're experiencing that same issue with the lace loop on the tongue, if it's also stuck to it and you can run your laces through. And like always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. To all the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. Hit that like button as well, comment below. I'll leave a link to my Instagram page where you guys can follow me there as well. And that's it, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.